fellow Tatterers, and welcome back to the Unplanned Part 2 of my May TBR book game. So if you have not seen Part 1, please go here or you're about to be incredibly confused. So if you have just come from Part 1, hi, I'm still on the struggle bus of trying to fire a Nerf gun and hold a camera at the same time. So my new plan is I'm going to change the Nerf gun. Right, I'm in business. I've got a barrel one. Still don't know if it's good. I think this should be better because it's, let's see anyway. Okay, it's firing. So let's see if it will work for me shooting at a goal to choose a goal. And if this still fails, I am rolling a dice. Right, after all this, I bet I'm going to really struggle to see what the target was. Oh, no, it's a non-fiction. There we go. Done. The amount of chaos that comes from behind the scenes here and that I have to tidy up is actually quite insane. Do you want a quick peek? Da 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 da. Plus Nerf guns, plus table with piled things. It's great fun. Anyway, I had just done my dart goal one, and after a lot of effort, we have non-fiction. Yay! Okay. Great. And I know exactly what I'm picking for this. Well, there are other choices, but because I really want to focus on the Spoonies Readathon, I'm picking a Spoonies book, and I am picking... Not that one, because I've already read it. I am picking Break the Mould by Sinead Burke. So this is kind of like an affirmation book about how you can still... dream the impossible and reach those dreams regardless of any box that society tries to put you in. Sinead Burke describes herself as a little person. She has dwarfism and her parents really always very supportive of her and never let her disability hold her back. So this is my pick. I'm very excited for it. I really love the feel of it. It's got curved, it's got like rounded edges. So I feel this is... I feel this could be suitable as kind of like a middle grade non-fiction. We've definitely got a lot of around the outside of the book, we have a lot of youngish looking people here. So I do feel it's aimed a lot. We've got a lot of kind of illustrations and artwork throughout it. It's broken into kind of like easy different chapters. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. Right, roll number 4. Still on the 1 dice. Let's see what we get. And it's a 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yellow again. It's a series spin. And I feel highly justified in not tidying away my series spin setup, despite the fact I nearly tripped over it when doing the gold art challenge. So it's exactly the same. If I land on Earth, which was the one that I got last time, I'm just spinning again. And we have, Astronaut, which is City of Brass. And there we go. City of Brass. It is the first book in the David Bad trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty. And this was another one that people voted for me to start and finish this year. If you're not sure what that video is, because I don't think I mentioned it earlier, I will leave a link here should you want to go and see what all the possible series were that I was planning on reading. So I have heard nothing but good things about City of Brass. I would say possibly from what I hear, I'd say probably the first book is the weakest, just like getting used to the world, introducing the characters, and then I think it kind of really gets into kind of like being more adulty epic in books 2 and 3. So I'm very excited to start this, to try S.A. Chakraborty's writing. Yeah, I'm really hyped for this. So because I only have 1 book on here that was of my planned books, I'm going to stop the game here. I'm not going to do any further rolls. Because also the 2 books that are also on here are quite chunky. So here we go. This is my pile as of the game. So I have Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which was the first series spin. I then had Roll roll again, which was 6 prompt cards, and I pulled out a title or author beginning with a letter, and I pulled out an A. So we have Lisette Orton, who wrote The Secrets of Haven Point, which happens to be the Spoonies Readathon group read, which I'm thrilled about. I then finally, after a struggle bus, managed the Nerf Dark Goal, which was to read some more non-fiction, and the non-fiction I have chosen is Break the Mould by Sinead Burke. And then I got another series spin, and I got another starting a series, which is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. So I have 2 Asian authors on here already, so that has definitely hit those prompts. And I also have 2 books for the Spoonies Readathon on here, so that is amazing. So let me tell you 2 of the other books that I wanted to pop on here. And what I might do is I might do some sort of little plan of what book I'm going to pull out from under the bed. So I have a few in there. What I might do is pull out another prompt card and see if that gives me any ideas of how to narrow down that choice. But first of all, let me tell you about the other books that I want to read this month. So as I already mentioned, one of the books I wanted to read was The Secrets of Haven Point, because it is the group read for the Spoonies Readathon. So that was one of the buddy reads. The other buddy read, you may have guessed, is Keedie by Elle McNichol. So again, this is another book that will work really well for the Spoonies Readathon, and I am once again going to be buddy reading this with Tiffany from Towering TBR, and cannot wait. We loved a kind of spark. Can't wait to hear Keedie's story. Loved Elle McNichol's writing. This is going to be such a fun time. The final book, this is the biggie book. This is the book that has made me want to not give myself a load of other things to read. So even though I've done a little TBR, definitely Secrets of Haven Point I need to get to, definitely Keedie, because they're both buddy read commitments. I might choose one or the other depending what I'm feeling. I might even try a chapter between Daughter of the Moon Goddess and The City of Brass, because they are both chunky books, but none so book is as so chunky as the book that is Oathbringer. There's disrupted some paper there. Oathbringer, as I've already said, is massive. It's so massive. It's so massive, but it's so good. It's so good, and I am ready. I'm ready to be diving back in to the Stormlight archives. I'm ready to go back into this world, this beautifully detailed, rocky, dangerous world with amazing magic, amazing lore, fantastic characters. I'm so excited. But this is my very beautiful copy. I have not read from this copy. I have read from the UK paperbacks where they are split in half. This is a book where I need to be sitting down, not eating, sitting down and just enjoying. So I don't know how much of that type of reading I'm going to be. I often like to have a book with me on the go so I can just read whenever I have a moment. I also don't feel this is one that I can just be dipping in and out of when my kids are kind of shouting. It's just not going to work in that respect. So this is going to need my time and attention because its moment has come. I cannot wait any longer, and I just need to read it. It just needs to happen. I was hoping to read it in January. It didn't fit in. February was really weird. I don't know what happened to me in February, but February was very weird. I was a bit all over the place in February, and I still have not filmed my wrap up and stats of February, but it will be coming. March, I was doing a lot of middle grade March reading. April was Transcript April, so I was really focusing on my trans books and also books for the Magical Readathon. May, the Spoonie books I want to read are they're very different. They're middle grade-y. So I feel an adult epic fantasy will complement them really well. So it's time. It's time. This is my focus of this month. Even if I don't finish all of it, it may well trickle into June because it is Mahusive. This is my adult epic commitment now. I want to read this. I want to read the novella Dawnshard, and then I want to read Rhythm of War. It has been far too long in the coming. So, Oathbringer. Boom! So this is what the TBR looks like. Wiggle, wiggle. wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Chin. There, I've now added in. Wah! Sorry, Oathbringer decided to go for a walk. Possibly not the best place for it on the top, but I have Oathbringer and Keedie on here. So there we go. So in terms of the Asian Readathon, like I said, I'm just going to be reading. I only feel I'm going to need one book because I want to focus on the Spoonies one, and both City of Brass and Daughter of the Moon Goddess are quite big. So it's going to be one of these, but I don't know which one yet, but that's my Asian Readathon one ticked, so I feel very happy about that. Spoonies Readathon. So, Secrets of Haven Point. Prompt number 1, own voice author. Marvellous. These two are also own voice authors as well. And then prompt number 2 was an invisible disability. So, Keedie has autism. She's autistic, so that works for invisibility. 3 is read a non-fiction. Break the mould. There we go. Non-fiction book. 4 is read a book that is not a contemporary. Secrets of Haven Point is a fantasy. Marvellous. 5, a book that affects the senses. I can't remember if there is any visual impairment or any visual impairment or hearing impairment in Secrets of Haven Point. I can't quite remember. So that could work. But otherwise I haven't got anything for that as of yet. Same for Global Majority. All these books are white Eurocentric. So won't work for that either. But prompt number 7 is a physical disability, and we have dwarfism in Break the Mould, and we have sort of there's like facial scarring, and then I think there's limb difference as well. I could look, couldn't I? I have already started. I can't quite remember, but we do have this lovely illustration here, and you can see, yes, visual impairment. So one of our protagonists, who is Alpha, so Alpha has one eye that has that is not working. So she's got scarring on the left side of her face, and her left eye isn't working. And you can see it's all done in the illustrations, which I think is lovely. And we've also got another character here that you can see using a stick. I'm not sure if that is for help with walking, or if that is also for visual impairment as well. I really need to read this book to find out, don't I? But yeah, I'm very happy with my Spoonie selection. Nearly hitting all the points. I'm very sorry not to have got a Global Majority one. The ones I currently own, I have already read. So it would involve me buying another book. But yeah, I might get one of the... Let me get one out from under my bed. Let's see what I feel like. Nearly talking to a non-working camera then. Okay, so I have pulled out some prompts that are going to work for this, because there's no point me Expanding My Horizons, a book with a character with a disability, when they all have it, or a middle grade, when they all are. So I have some that are going to work. So let's see what I get. Going for this one here. It is, okay, book that is a nature or outdoor book. So let's go and see what I have under my bed. So this actually worked perfectly, because 3 of the books that were under my bed, although all their settings are very different, they were all very urban settings, apart from this one. This is Koku Akanabi and the Heart of Midnight by Maria Monteiro Adebisi. This book is a fantasy, and it is inspired by Nigeria. We've got this map on the front cover called the Map of Olori, which is I presume, the world that that is inhabited here. And the character has Koku has sickle cell. I don't know if it's don't know what its official name is, if it's still just called sickle cells, that can kind of affect his health. So that also counts for an invisible disability. But also it's set in Nigeria, so set in a non-European country. So that actually works perfectly for fulfilling the final prompt. And this is a book I have been very excited about, but I'm aware it would be me starting another series, me getting involved in another middle grade series that I know I'm going to love, but I already have quite a few of them. But do you know what? I don't care, because we are celebrating the wonderfulness of middle grade. And as soon as I saw this in a bookshop, I was just like, this looks incredible. The artwork is by Simone Douglas, and she did the art for the Lizzie and Belle mysteries, which I also really love. I just think the front cover is fantastic. We have got our 3 characters here. I'm not sure which one is which, about Koku's 2 friends that he meets. One is described as a clumsy shapeshifter, and one is described as a moody warrior in training. Okay, so I need to work out how to pronounce these names, but this character helpfully says on the back, which is very helpful here. This is Asusi, and this is Moremi. I'm obviously coming at this with a very UK pronunciation, so anyone who so yeah, if you know the pronunciations, sorry, phone calls just coming through. If you know the pronunciations, then please do tell me, but I will endeavour to look them up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited about all these books. I'm very excited to be taking part in the Spoonies Readathon. It's going to be a good month. It's going to be a good month. I have not put Oathbringer on the top. I'm just going to slide it in the side there because I don't want to die. Yeah, very excited. Please tell me what you are reading. Please let me know if you're taking part in the Spoonies Readathon or the Asian Readathon or any other readathons. If you've read any of these books, if you're excited to hear my thoughts on them, and just anything else, just pop it down in the chat, because you know I love a chat. Happy reading, everyone.